Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm starting a new series called Two is Twice as Nice, where I take out most, if not all, over the course of probably a long time, the twin-engine fighters of War Thunder. And today we just so happen to be bringing out the Bristol Beaufighter Mark 21, the Australian variant, which is armed with 4 50 caliber machine guns in the wings, farther out, and 4 centrally mounted 20 mils. They're Hispanos, so stock, they're not very good, but this thing's sort of upgraded, so it's manageable. But we are flying off over, I believe this is, I don't really know which map this is exactly, but we are facing the Japanese and some Americans, and a lot of the people in this game are much lower skill base. I'm just testing out the back gunner from the gunner cam. Cockpit, I've always liked the Beaufighter cockpit, so we are just trying to get up to around 4,000 or 5,000 meters before we engage, because you gotta have that speed when you're flying a twin engine, because they turn slightly better at higher speeds, and they also lose their speed very quickly, so if you have a lot of it, you can stay in the fight a little bit longer. This is like my, I think, like 5th attempt at a video today. I've tried quite a few different heavy fighters, and then this was just the one game that stood out as a halfway decent one, and you can say that it didn't go quite as well as I had hoped, but then again, trying to learn how to fly twin engines a little more difficult than trying to just do a single, when I've spent most of my time in single engines, whether that be 190s, 109s, zeros, J2Ms, things like that. I don't normally fly out heavies like this. Maybe in Sim I do, but Sim's not very entertaining for a video, so that's why we're on RB today. Set the track IR aside and the flight stick for my mouse and keyboard, and just standard camera movements. And as you can see, we are passing into about 3,000 meters so far. A lot of the people do some wonky stuff, and the first engagement that you'll see, I should have been dead, but I wasn't. So B-34 over there, and then the A-36, which is basically a ground pound version of the early Mustang. I believe it carries 6 50 cals, 2 under the nose, 2 on each wing, and it can also carry 2 gun pods with an additional 4 extra guns. So you're looking at a very heavily armed 50 cal monster. If I start firing the 50s, Hispanos join in. I take quite a few hits from him, but they do absolutely nothing, which I find hilarious. And I quickly dive down. He's gonna pull up on my backside pretty soon, so I put it into the nose, juke to the left or right here, and he takes shots, dip down using the rudder, and now he's trying to force a reversal by cutting the throttle back and hitting the flaps and doing these high AOA rolls to try to keep his guns off of me. He will get some hits on me, but it's not too much damage. My buddy, who I was kind of flying formation there, the Beaufighter, at this point in time in the game, I have no idea where he went, but 2 would have been nice here. He comes back a little bit later, but, there's the hits there, as you see. So I was starting to freak out, and there he comes. He looks like he's taking some damage. So I try to use the tail gunner a little bit. It's a 7.7 Vickers E or K or something like that, and pretty useless. But that allows me to come up and over like so, and then be able to dive in on him. He sees what's about to happen and pulls over hard. But I hit the flaps again, light him on fire. He is out of the fight. I've survived a dogfight against a single-engined, heavily armed prop. And it looks like somebody else just exploded over there. But yeah, that guy was only a level 15, so I did kind of feel bad. He did a good job for level 15, but you know, it didn't save him. I was actually thinking about going in for a landing, and then I just realized that there isn't substantial damage. No one's injured. No one's, you know, a couple of fuel tanks have a couple of holes, but the oil and whatnot is all good. So I was just like, well, we'll stay in the fight. And I don't know what happened to our team, but we were like falling like flies. This main mosh pit in the middle was where a lot of people were screwing up. Like a S199 takes a P47 head on. Just things you would think are common sense just were not common in this match. So I'm just trying to gain some altitude again, as before, trying to pick a target of opportunity. Just want to go. I just wanted to see at this point in time what level this guy actually was. And that was when I found out that he was only a level 15, so whatever. See this A6M over here, P47 heading in. Here's this clown in the S199 I talked about a little before this. Absolutely just gets torn a new one. I didn't know which one to go after, but I figured that the Zero was probably less deadly because it only has a couple 20mm rounds at this BR. Then this P47 starts to go up. I tried to get my shots off before he got his guns off, but we end up trading. Let's see. I just, you know, set him up, and he really screws my plane up. At this point in time, having two engines isn't going to matter because I don't have two wings. Although I could have made it back to base. But yeah, the wing falls off, and we then have some problems as we hit the ground. But, yep, that was the Beaufighter. Fairly heavy plane to fly, but I feel with practice, most will master it. Good game, but not the best game, so let's go back to the results. Alright, back to the results. Got 2 kills. Got some Silver Lions. Avenger. Just the usual. But yes, the Beaufighter. First installment of 2 is Twice as Nice, which will be every Wednesday. The release will be. So subscribe to stay up to date with that. Hit the notification bell and leave a like. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I got this week. There's like 4 of them, I believe. So yes, if you've enjoyed this video, as always, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.